Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Di, and today I'm bringing you another Yarnie update. This is Yarnie update number 28, which will include all of the things that I stitched on in the month of October. So October was a really heavy reading month for me. I ended up reading about 41 things during the month, and that was a lot. It had to do a lot with the fact that I was participating in a couple different readathons. And yeah, I'm not feeling the reading so much in the month of November so far, but I have finished a couple of things, one of which you can probably figure out. But I would also have some works in progress to share with you, as well as a few acquisitions. I'm having a little bit of trouble speaking today. I'm just not feeling very well, but if I wait to film this segment anymore, this isn't going to go up until the end of the month, and so I have to film this now, so bear with me. But we will get through this. So let's start with currently stitching. So what is currently on my needles? I have, first up, in this Hawaiian fabric bag that my mom made for me, this is my dad's Christmas socks. So not Christmas socks, these are going to be his Christmas present. You will know if you've watched my Yarnie updates from last year, or even my Vlogmas videos, that I knit my dad a pair of socks for the first time for Christmas last year. So he enjoyed them, and so from now on, that's what he's getting. So this year's socks look like this. This is a 72 stitch sock, 2x2 rib, 60 rows for the leg, a slip stitch heel with a rounded heel turn, and my lightning toe. So this is the first of the socks. I am doing this in Regia Perfect. So it looks like upside down. It looks like this. Regia Perfect. This is, color 07114. So it just looks like that, and yes, so I'm very happy with these. You will know that I also did my dad's other pair in a Regia. Black is Back, I believe, was the color, or the set, the line that it came out in. And so I decided on these blue ones. I really do like these colors. I especially like this main color. And I pretty much followed the normal perfect knitting instructions, where you do your cuff, and then when the color changes, you just knit until you get to the color change. You're supposed to do the heel then, but because I did 60 stitches for my dad last year in the leg, decided to continue and do the 60 stitches here, because where it ended was about 50, and I just wanted to, actually it was a little less, but I wanted to be consistent in the length of socks that I make for him. So you can see that this stripe here is much bigger than, say, this stripe here. But this gives me the 60 rows that I wanted for his leg before I started the heel. So the heel is a little bit further down than where it should be based on the instructions on how to do the perfects, but I think that's okay. You're never going to be able to see the leg anyway, unless you live with my dad, because he always wears jeans. He never wears shorts, so it doesn't really matter, does it? But yeah, so I'm very happy with how these have turned out, and that's half of his present done, so that is great. And the only other thing that I am stitching on that I can show you, because I am working on something right now that I can't show you, But the only other thing that I am working on that I can show you are his wife's socks, my dad's wife's socks. So I am housing it in this Baymax. It's a cosmetics bag. I picked it up at Hot Topic. But I thought it was so super cute, and it was the perfect size for this project. So I had shown you this one in the previous Yarnie update. These are the house socks that I am making for my dad's wife. So I have put in the heel. You can probably see it a little better here. So I have put in the heel. I am working down the leg, but I haven't gotten very much done on this since I talked to you last. So when I talked to you last, I was just about ready to put in the heel. So that's pretty much all I've done, was the heel and just connecting it back to the foot. So I'm still really enjoying how this feels. I think it's going to be really, really great once it's done. I just need to work on it. So I am using the Strickspiel Neko kind of bent double pointed needles, and this one I am using the Serdar Snuggly Cashmere Merino Silk Double Knitting in the, I believe it's Little Piglet colorway for the main body, and then for the heel it is in Silvery Moon, again Serdar Snuggly. And then for the mohair, which I'm going to have to grab another skein of very soon because I only have this much currently that is connected to the project. It's the Knit Picks Aloft in the Plover colorway. So that's left over from my Comfort Fade cardi that I did earlier this year. So yeah, really enjoying how that's turning out. You can kind of see the fuzz. It is very fuzzy. I know the light's kind of blowing it out a lot, but it feels really nice. I do have yarn like this, the Serdar Snuggly, to make house socks for myself, my daughter, and my mom as well. And so I am looking forward to getting those for us done. But this is the Cozy Reading Socks by Kay Jones from the Bakery Bears podcast. This is a patron-only pattern, so you have to be a patron in order to obtain the pattern. It's part of their knitting university where they do 3 different patterns kind of during the summertime that teach new techniques. And so yeah, really enjoying this one, and I'm looking forward to getting both of these off the needle soon because I do need to ship both of those to Hawaii. So that's pretty much all I'm working on right now that I can show you. Like I said, I am working on another project which I can't show you at the moment, but I am filming a project vlog for it. So when I am able to share with you after I'm finished with the project, you will have that project vlog to see later. But let's move right on into No Stitches Required, which is my finished object section. And obviously you can see that I am wearing my finished Arachne. This is what I'm calling my winter web sweater. This is the Arachne by Andy Satterland, and I couldn't be happier with this. So I did make a few modifications. So this particular sweater is designed to have a more vintage look. It's got a lot of decreases in the body to give that kind of V-shaped silhouette, and it also has full-length sleeves, I believe. So for my version, I decided to give it 3/4 length sleeves. Kind of, they're just like right under where my elbow bends. I shortened the amount of ribbing to 12 rows as opposed to the 20 I believe the pattern asks for, and then I made the body full length, so it is a cropped sweater as well. I decided to not only make it full length so it hits me like right where a normal like pullover would lay, but it also has several rounds of increases on the sides to give me that A-line shape. So I am very happy with the modifications I made. I also picked up the sleeves with a one size bigger needle. So for this sweater I used a US 4, which I believe is a 3.5 millimeter needle for this entire body. And because I had gone down so much from the size needle that was asked for, because I believe that was a 7, I couldn't get gauge with that needle, and I couldn't get gauge at all. So I went down to a size 4, and with the gauge I got for a size 4, I ended up stitching a size medium. And so it was really touch and go there for a while. I wasn't even sure that I was going to be able to fit this when it was done, especially since I did gain some weight. And being that I hadn't stitched on this for almost a year, it was concerning. The last time I talked to you, I did tell you that I ripped back to the underarm sleeve separation because my gauge had changed, and that has to do with the fact that I didn't stitch on it for a long time. But it was also getting smaller, and that definitely couldn't happen. And so I ripped back to the sleeve separation, and I put in about 8, I think, increases spaced out down the body, and it definitely still has a lot of stretch, but the sweater is still a bit fitted. So I will stand up to show you, just give you a closer look of how it looks. But you can see that it is still very fitted. So yeah, I am still very happy with how this turned out. I think it looks great even though it's not blocked. I have not blocked this yet. But it fits well. I'm definitely going to be able to wear it, which is the main objective. And yes, so I worked a full 13 inches, I think, from the sleeve separation to the bottom of the sweater, and then I did 12 rows of 1x1 ribbing. I did keep the 1x1 ribbing 6 rows here as per pattern, and yeah, I'm very happy with how this turned out, and I'm really loving how this feels. The merino bamboo blend is just gorgeous. It feels so silky, but I am concerned with pilling. I noticed that when I was knitting on this sweater, the balls pilled a lot. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it doesn't get too bad, but I'm really enjoying it. It is not very hot to wear at the moment, and it is quite warm right now, and I just couldn't be happier. So that's one more garment for me done. Plus, this was on my Make 9 for 2021 to get this one done, which, let me just tell you, I haven't really done a great job with the rest of those projects. But that's okay. That is okay. I did get this one done, and I did finish it actually on Halloween day. So that was great too. Even though I couldn't wear it during the month of October, that was okay because I am still working at home. I'm not like going out anywhere, and so yeah, I definitely have this now in my wardrobe to wear come next year, and I couldn't be happier. So that's the first finished object that I have. The next one are my daughter's Dracula socks, and I don't have them anymore because I have given them to her and she has worn them. But I did film myself talking about those socks for my vlog that I do for my booktube channel. So I will pull out that footage so that you can hear me talk about those and see the finished socks. So yes, hopefully the transition won't be too bad. I can't even remember what I said in there because I haven't actually edited that vlog yet. But just a side note, if you're interested in hearing about the things that I'm reading and some of the things that I'm doing, definitely check out my other channel, which is my booktube channel, Desus19 Hearts. I talk about books and manga there. I also do a monthly vlog. I have been doing that for the last few months now. So in those vlogs, I talk about the books that I'm reading, how I'm enjoying them. I take you on some shopping trips to Barnes & Noble. And I also talk about some of the things going on in my life, things that we have done as a family and things like that. So if you're interested in watching the full vlog, definitely check out my other channel, which is always linked down in the description box below. But I'll flip to myself a few weeks ago talking about my daughter's Dracula socks, and I'll be back with you when that is done. Bit too. But yeah, other than that, I did finish up my daughter's socks, which I had talked to you about last time. So let me show them to you here. So she had 2 socks. I actually finished them up last week Sunday, so a week ago. So she was able to wear these last week and make use of them. So yeah, these were the socks. These are the Dracula socks. So I'll get a little bit closer so you can see the detail. And so there's just a texture pattern here down the leg and then on the top of the foot, plain stockinette. And this colorway here, this one is called Dracula. And then I finished it off with heels and toes in Hollyberry from Knit Picks. The Dracula is from Lolo Did It. So those are socks for my daughter. I don't have socks for me. I was hoping to get to some, but I decided to focus my efforts on my Arachne sweater instead. I'm calling it my Winter's Web because this is what it looks like. So I just finished this a few hours ago. You can see it has a neckline, sleeve 1, and sleeve 2. So I'll hold it up like this. So I actually made my sleeves kind of 3/4 length because it is still rather warm here where I am. It was in the 90s again this week. So now let's talk about some acquisitions. So when I was working on this sweater, I had mentioned to you that I had picked up and done the sleeves in a 1 size bigger needle. So that would be a size 5. And for this one, I decided to pick up a set of these. These are the Denise flex double pointed needles, size 5, 3.75 millimeter. And these look like this. They look like your normal Addy Flexi Flips. Is that what they're called? Flexi Flips? Because it's the Hiya Flyers. So I think it's Addy Flexi Flips. But these are plastic and they are interchangeable, so they do click on and off. And so Denise does a bunch of interchangeable sets. Tunisian crochet sets, they do a normal knitting needle set, and they also have these flex sets. And so I just bought the one size 5. Like I said, they are plastic, but they were only $18 for the set. Now normal like Addy squared flexi flip sets like this, they run about $30–35 depending on where you get them from. I have 3 of these and they came in a set like this for $18. So they are rather economical. Now I will say that the joins aren't smooth because they do click on and off when you do the interchangeable. But for the price, I can't complain much. They worked wonders. I was very happy with how they felt in my hand, and it's a very soft flexible cable, so I don't know, they were just really great to work with. I enjoyed it a lot, and I'll definitely be picking up more of them as I find needs for them. Now, with the Denise ones though, the smallest size it goes is a size 5. They don't do anything smaller than that, which is kind of disappointing because I would have loved to try them for like sock knitting, but size 5 is the smallest that they will go. I believe they will go up to a size 10 or 15. But like all of their things, all of their needles are interchangeable. So you could get a different size needle and click them on to these cables, and they also sell the cables separately in different sizes for you to use. So I'm interested in exploring these more, and again I'll show you. It says Denise Flex double pointed needles. Not sure how well you can see that, but I really enjoyed those, and for $18, so economical, especially when considering how much a metal pair costs. So even though I enjoy using the metal ones from Addie, I think I'll be buying more of the Denise ones definitely in the future. So I have some project bags to show you, but let me show you my order from Stitching the High Notes first. So I put in an order with Stitching the High Notes. I have been really enjoying her podcast over the last few months, and I decided to make a purchase from her store. And so she had these cute pumpkin bags. This is one of her sweater bags in her shop, and so I decided to pick this one up. It's very long, but it is not as deep. I haven't used this for a project yet, but it has a nice strap, a nice heavy duty zipper, and then inside you've got her logo, Stitching the High Notes, and there is no pocket inside, but look at that. Lots of space. So I'm looking forward to using this. And then when I ordered that, I also ordered some stitch markers. So I got all of these stitch markers. So this is a vampire like lips and teeth. Vampire lips and teeth. My camera just doesn't focus, but it's vampire lips and teeth. Then I have this snowflake, and then it's a mushroom, and then this witch's hat. And so her stitch markers are actually very affordable as well. They were only $1.50 each, and so I had to pick some up because I've been wanting a few more for my collection to use. And yeah, so I got these from her as well, and I'm super happy with my purchases from her, and the shipping was super fast also. And so really loved supporting her shop. And then my mom has made me a couple of other bags. So I bought some fabric. I can't remember where I got the fabric from, but when I saw it, I had to have it, and it is a Labyrinth fabric. So Labyrinth is one of my favorite movies. And so you can see there's Ludo and the Goblin King and all of the characters that you see in the movie. And so she made me this, a nice sized bag for me to use. I do like larger bags, just because even if you have a smaller project, you can still use a larger bag. It doesn't really matter to me. But yes, super in love with this bag. And then she also made me this one, which is Animal Crossing. So I already have another one, which I had used last year for my Christmas tide cowl, which I haven't finished yet. But we won't talk about that. I do want to try to get work on that done before the next Advent project starts, because the Bakery Bears do an Advent project for their patrons every year, and yeah, I haven't finished my Advent project from last year, so I need to get that one done. But that project is living in my other Animal Crossing bag, and so now I have this one. So there's like Flick, and the Nooks, and Raymond, Takuya. You probably know Takuya as Zucker. Takuya. That's his Japanese name, Takuya. Judy, which we have on our island. Meringue, we don't have, but I would like to have Bo and Marshall, and yeah. So really, really excited to have this one as well. And that will do it for this month. I haven't really been working on very many things because, like I said, I have been busy with a project that I can't show you at the moment, and reading. I've done a lot of reading. And remember, go check out my book and manga channel listed down below in case you're interested in checking out the rest of my October vlog, as well as hearing me talk about all of the books and manga that I've read every month. I do a TBR game as well, so that's like a game that helps me pick the books to read during the month, because I'm so indecisive that I needed something like that to help me out. Because otherwise I would just sit there and be like, I don't know what I want to read, and just not read. And that's not what I want to do. So yeah, we do TBR videos over there. I talk about books and manga. And I do like just a day life type vlog. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for you for this month. Let me know down in the comments below what your favorite project to work on was during the month of October, or what your favorite purchase was for the month of October. I'd really love to know that as well. And if you'd like to just let me know you are here, if you could leave me a jack-o'-lantern emoji down in the comments below, that would be greatly appreciated and would really help me out. And that will do it for me today. So I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all safe and healthy. And until next time, take care and smile always. Bye.